The Lantern of Eldergrove. Looming through the shroud of night, Eldergrove stood like a silent sentinel, a sprawling forest whose twisted branches grasping at the sky. A whisper of wind sent leaves fluttering to the ground, echoing the gentle sighs of countless souls who had traversed these woods before, lost to the embrace of shadows. Beneath the spectral moonlight, Clara threaded her way deeper into the thicket, drawn by the flickering glow of a lantern that seemed to dance on the periphery of her vision. Each step she took blended with the symphony of rustling leaves, her heartbeat thrumming steadily against the backdrop of an ominous hush. Curiosity pulsed through her veins, entwined with an inexplicable sense of dread. The air thickened, laden with the scent of damp earth and decay, as she approached the spectral light, its warm glow contrasting starkly with the chill that leached into her bones. Shadows crawled closer, tracing her every movement, while the ancient trees loomed like silent guardians, hiding secrets that had lingered far too long among their gnarled roots. With a trembling hand, Clara grasped the lantern's wrought iron handle, its surface cold as if exhaling the very breath of the past. As the lantern flickered, a soft cry brushed against her ears. Humans had called it a whisper, but it felt more like a caress, a plea lingering in the damp air. She hesitated, caught between the world of the living and that of the restless dead. Suddenly, the ground beneath her felt alive, vibrating with an energy that made her skin prickle. An ethereal figure emerged around the lantern, cloaked in silvery mist, its features obscured, save for the deep-set eyes that burned like coals against the night. Clara swallowed, a mix of intrigue and fear coiling within her guts, compelling her to step closer. A cacophony of memories rippled through the air, illuminating the past like fragments of an old film. Lips moved soundlessly, recounting tales of betrayal and sorrow, of laughter that had woven through the trees before despair choked it silent. Clara's heart swelled with the weight of their stories, each one a thread, pulling her deeper into the fabric of Eldergrove. Unbeknownst to her, heavy mist began to creep from the underbrush, swirling around her ankles as if to anchor her in this moment. The entity before her reached a hand, translucent fingers beckoning with an urgent grace. In her mind's eye, Clara saw the lanterns lit each night by villagers long since gone, illuminating paths not taken, lives intertwined by fate's cruel twist. "Help me." The phantom broke the silence, its voice an echo in the wind, tugging at the corners of her soul. The light from the lantern flickered violently, illuminating the path behind her, revealing her way back to safety or away from it. For a flicker of hesitation, Clara sensed the pull of fear, the instinct to flee, but the anguish in those ancient eyes was a current she could not resist. Still captivated by their plight, she leaned forward, demanding answers as twilight bled out into the unfathomable darkness. What happened here? She breathed, her voice trembling, an invocation that seemed to thrill the trees. Time stood still, ensuring that the air grew heavy with waiting. The figure vanished, but the lantern remained, illuminating her surroundings with an ethereal glow that whispered of untold stories. In its light, Clara noticed fresh markings on the ground, an inscribed heart intertwined with a name she recognized, Elena. A shiver coursed through her, a haunting realization pressing against her chest as fragments of truths unfurled like petals in her mind. In a heartbeat, Clara was swept away into the vivid memories swirling through the forest. The laughter of a young girl echoed like chimes, moments of love forged beneath the branches, shattered only by the choking revelation of betrayal that splintered their lives. A chill knotted her stomach as she felt Elena's anguish wrap around her, pulling her deeper into the heart of the darkness. Savage winds picked up, howling like the mournful cries of those lost, swirling stories and shadows until they enveloped her in an embrace of sorrow. The lantern flickered again, this time revealing fragments of the tragic history. The anguished face of a lover lost to a jealous rage, a promise broken amid the trees, and a life extinguished without remorse. Desperate to piece together the tragedy, Clara searched for any clue that would bring resolution to these spectral souls yearning for peace. Her gaze fell once more on the lantern, shining brighter now, as if nurturing its flame on the stories woven into its heart. Under its glow, she realized that only by uncovering the truth of Elena's demise could the spirits relax their hold on this world. Clara closed her eyes, summoning her courage to reach deep within the thrumming silence, determined to uncover the story yearning to be told. Around her, the forest held its breath, every rustle as a heartbeat synchronized with the pulse of the forgotten. Fingers trembling, she brushed against the tree bark where the heart had been carved, her heart racing as she felt the surge of energy come alive beneath her touch. In that moment, she became the bridge between the worlds, enveloped in the history of love, lost and sorrow captured like moths in amber. As her words wound through the air, Clara spoke Elena's name, coaxing the story into the open, inviting reconciliation. The lantern flickered violently, a gust of warm light bursting forth, as if the very shadows recoiled, surrendering at last to the truth that had long rested within the woods. Shivers cascaded down her spine as the ghostly figure of Elena reappeared, the burdens of a bygone era lifting from her visage as hope entwined their souls. In that instant, a quiet understanding blossomed. Forgiveness rippled through the air, tangible and fragrant, like the first breath of dawn after a night drowned in regret. Bathed in the soothing glow of the lantern, Clara watched as the spectral figures, their stories finally told, began to dissolve into the night, their eyes filled with gratitude as they flickered like candle flames. Eldergrove exhaled, the trees sighing in unison, shedding the weight of their histories and embracing the shimmer of peace that settled softly upon the forest floor. As the last vestiges of light vanished, Clara stood alone beneath the stars, the lantern now a mere ember, but the warmth of their stories echoed within her. With a renewed spirit, she stepped